Welcome to the Player 4 podcast.
Hi, I'm Haley, aka Hales, on the Rooster Teeth website.
I am Tristan, a.k.a. Shagrazier.
I am Alex, a.k.a. Chaos Black 21.
And I'm Joseph, a.k.a. J. Dunlap, with a special guest. Drum roll, please.
Yes.
SailorTweek.
Hi, I'm Mary, and I am at Matt Holum at roosterteeth.com.
Oh, of course you are.
Send all messages there.
I am Caleb at achievementhunter.com.
Love talk.
Hello!
Very special guest, SailorTweek, Mary McDowell, head Guardian of RTX.
Rawr.
So just how is life right now?
It's going pretty good. We've got, Chris and I are doing all sorts of great planning and strategizing since we got a little bit of different stuff going on this year. Since RTX isn't happening in one place, it's happening in 3. So we're doing a lot of math right now. We're dividing and adding and subtracting and building teams that way. So it's super exciting. Super, super excited.
We'll definitely want you to go in a little bit more detail after we do our first segment. But first, it's time for And Another Thing.
And another thing.
And a fluffy thing.
Caboose, do you have something for And Another Thing?
Yes, I have just a couple things. Last week, we talked about the Ruby Grim Eclipse game. I failed to mention that it is only open for sponsors on the RT site, so if you actually want to play it, you need to go and sponsor Rooster Teeth, and then you can play the game. The other thing that I wanted to say is just a follow-up on the Hunt the Truth SoundCloud pieces for the Halo ad campaign. They had the second episode released this week. I don't know if it's going to be a weekly release, because that's what it's looking like, or if they just released one here just together, and then it's going to be a break. But keep looking out for those.
Tristan, Haley?
I'm good.
My tongue feels better.
That's good to hear.
It does.
How are your pants?
I threw the pants that I ripped away, obviously. But they're doing pretty good. Pretty
And
good.
how's your finger as well, and your face?
I am in healthy
covering
condition right
everything.
now.
And
But
Mary...
I did almost break my shoe yesterday.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Mary, was there anything that you wanted to correct us on from previous episodes?
Nope.
Nope, we're good?
No.
100% accurate.
No. I mean, you nailed it with the sponsor only for the game, for the Ruby game. So I was having people ask me, hey, are you going to Twitch stream some of that Ruby game? I'm like, no, it's for sponsors only.
Oh, snap.
So yeah, it's more.
People down.
You should only give the link to sponsors for your stream.
Even though the link's out there.
Shh,
Yeah,
Alex.
you have to be in our niche.
Well, I actually prepared quite a little bit of information for And Another Thing. I'll probably go over my 60 seconds, but here goes. First off, I wanted to apologize to Emma Watson because Haley brought up Emma Watson being in the Beauty and the Beast movie, and then I groaned because for a second I thought she said Emma Stone.
You don't like Emma Stone?
I do, but she's in everything.
True.
And
Are you going to have to apologize to Emma Stone after this?
no, I'm not going to apologize. I'm right. She's in everything. Just like Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm not doubting their skill. I'm just saying, I want to see someone else.
Some variety.
Yeah, variety. Like a variety show.
I mean, what was the last thing that Emma Watson was in? I think it was that one Apocalypse.
Oh, I thought
Perks of Being a Wallflower?
No, she played a minor role, cameo in that one, the
This
last
Is the
day of
End
the
or
world.
something.
Yeah, This Is the End or something.
That movie is so ridiculous.
Are the perks of being a wallflower?
The animated GIFs of This Is the End, it looked like Emma Watson was budding Bernie Burns with the back of an axe. And I was like, oh, wait, no, that must be Seth Rogen. Never mind.
That's really funny how many times he's been confused for Seth Rogen.
Well, I mean,
Or
they're
in
like
Tristan's
twins.
case, confusing him with Michael.
Yeah.
They look really similar when they're
Yeah,
both
laser
shaven.
They really don't, but okay.
They really do,
Okay.
though.
I had something else, though. Tristan and I were talking about drinking a gallon of milk in an hour, and we were
Were we
discussing what about that was bad. So I did some research, and we weren't wrong, but I got more reasons why we were right. How about that?
Okay. I like that better. I like being right.
So first off, it's not just milk that you shouldn't drink a gallon of in an hour. Pretty much anything you drink a gallon of in an hour is bad for you in some way or another. So let's start with the least obvious, water. If you
Yes.
drink too much water in an hour, let's say a gallon, it overloads the circulatory system and the kidneys, first off. It dilutes blood electrolytes and can cause cells to swell, potentially causing brain damage or death.
Wow.
Well, yeah,
So-
if you drink too much water in general, you can essentially drown yourself.
Well, drowning is filling the lungs until you can't have oxygen. It's not exactly the same thing.
But they call it that. They call it drowning yourself.
Okay, I can see the analogy. Let's move on to a gallon of soda. What, Haley?
I was just like, let's agree to disagree. No, guys, let's be smart and bring it off. Someone got the reference. Yay!
Okay, let's move on to soda. Drinking a gallon of soda in an hour would fill your body with more sugar and caffeine than your body can safely process.
Ugh, who would want to drink that much anyway?
I don't know, but people do. People drink like a 6-pack of Pepsi in a day.
Ugh.
Or like 4
Who drinks
Locos in
Pepsi?
a short amount of time.
So let's move on to milk. The problem with milk is threefold: the lactose, the calcium, and the casein. So first off, in order for us to process lactose, we need an enzyme called lactase, which can't be produced by people who are lactose intolerant. So the result of drinking a gallon of milk in an hour for most of us is the same as the result of drinking any milk if you're lactose intolerant, because eventually you just run out of lactase. Lactase. Yeah,
So
lactate.
today, everybody, on the Player 4 podcast, we're going to give you a silent science and anatomy lesson.
A silence lesson.
Silence less.
Damn it! I mean, dang it! Dang it!
I'm not very good at silence.
You're really
I
good
would,
at it right now.
I would not pass this test.
So let's move on to calcium, because milk contains a lot of calcium. So if you drink a gallon of milk, you essentially just took 25 Tums tablets.
Ugh, those things are
Yeah, that messes with your acid balance a little bit. And then finally, the casein. Casein has this nasty habit of turning into curdled cheese when it reacts with acid, which, guess what? Your stomach's full of. So whatever acid isn't being messed with by the calcium is being used by the casein to turn it into cheese. So when you vomit, that's why it seems curdled. So in short, don't do this.
So wait. Here's a question, and maybe we can answer it by next podcast. What happens if you eat a whole gallon of ice cream?
Probably way too much sugar for you and way too much dairy. Because I
You
would
die,
wager
though?
there's...
I mean, I feel like people have eaten a gallon of ice cream, though.
You don't die when you drink a gallon of milk. You throw up.
Oh.
So I don't know what the exact dairy content is in ice cream, but I know that it's got enough milk and enough sugar to be really, really, really bad for you.
Right, okay.
All right.
So
is there anything else?
No, that was it. I did my research.
All right. Well, that ends the science portion of the podcast. We hope you all enjoy that.
You don't know that.
Take that to your science teachers, everybody, and show them how much you learned.
Yeah, say when I drink a gallon of milk in an hour and I throw up, that's curdled cheese.
It's science.
It's
You know,
science.
All this,
Curdled
talk,
science.
all this talk about curdled cheese makes me want to order a pizza. What do you guys say?
I've wanted
Actually,
pizza all day, but I saw
it makes me want to throw up, but all right.
I mean, as long as the cheese isn't, all curdled and nasty on the pizza.
Who the heck calls it curdled cheese?
when it's curdled.
I don't even know what that even means.
Okay, drink a gallon of milk, you'll find out.
Okay, I'm good. Thanks, though.
Mary, what kind of pizza do you want?
Ooh.
think she was just trying to set people off.
Asking a sick girl what kind of pizza she wants. When I'm sick, I'm like, oh, I want comfort food, and I get all whiny and babyish and stuff. Now, if I could have pizza right now, it would be Papa Murphy's taking baked chicken and garlic Alfredo pizza, and then cover it in hot sauce.
Yeah, I can't do hot sauce. I'm a wiener.
That's a different phrase than I've heard before.
What?
Wieners can't take hot sauce, apparently.
Well, you know.
Well, if you ever want to pour hot sauce on your wiener,
I mean, I can't say.
Okay.
So,
Family friendly, guys. Think family friendly.
If Bob's Burgers taught me anything, that's just not a friendly thing to do to your body. That's
Hot sauce in general isn't a friendly thing to do to one's body.
Anyway, the garlic is probably going to be good for you, too. So you should do that. You should order some pizza.
should order.
It might
pizza.
get there by the time we're done. So let's move on.
Then I would talk to
We
you.
have you on because you are the head guardian for RTX, you and your husband, Sir Narvi. As you probably know, Tristan, Alex, and Haley are all guardians for this coming RTX.
Yes.
thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm like, and I'm gonna give you a big fat hug when I meet.
I hope so. You know, I get a lot of excuse me. I get a lot of after RTX people are like, I was gonna come up and say hi to you and give you a hug, but you were so busy. Oh my God, I am never too busy for hugs, guys. Never.
That's a big thing, guys. She's never too busy for hugs. Nobody is ever too busy for a hug, so go up and just bum rush them.
I'm too busy for hugs.
That'd be such a mean thing to say. I'm like, it's like, can I hug you? No, I'm too busy for that. You peasant.
Yeah, that's never happened.
I'm not too busy
I'm
for hugs.
SailorTweek.
Please hug me.
I would never hug a peasant like you.
Yeah, I would never hug a peasant. She says as she's sitting here in yoga pants and an oversized hoodie. You peasants!
You peasants. Get out of my sight.
She's German now.
So, what was all that stuff about RTX being in 3 different locations? Because I saw an announcement about RTX expanding across the street, and that's all I saw.
So RTX is happening at 3 different locations, all within just like in a block of each other. So it's not like you got to trek for blocks and blocks and blocks, but it will be happening at the convention center, the GW Marriott, I believe it's called, and the Hilton. We've got space in each one, so we're spreading out the convention a bit, making that way we have more room. Means that we can put in more programming, which I actually shouldn't say we're putting in more programming because I'm not part of the programming side of RTX, but I'm using the royal we. I'm only in charge of Guardians. I don't know anything else, but yeah, since we're kind of the show is expanding that way. That means that Guardians are going to be not all over the place. We're trying to make it. Chris and I are trying to make it so Guardians only have to be in one place rather than, okay, I got to run and do line management over across the street, and then I have to go up the street, and then I have to go across the street. You know, we want to keep that from getting a little too weird and exhausting for people, especially since it's happening in August. And from what I understand, you know, that's just as hot and obnoxious as July.
It's worse, actually.
I would take you guys' word for it. I mean, I have no, excuse me, living up in the Pacific Northwest, we don't have air conditioning in these houses that are built. You have to install them yourself. There are very few apartment complexes and whatnot that have air conditioning. So when it gets up to 80, 85 degrees and you have no air conditioning, your houses become so hot and disgusting and terrible. And that's why, I mean, we're not built to accommodate heat.
Mm-hmm.
But going down to Texas or Arizona, as somebody from Pacific Northwest, yeah, you walk outside and you're like, oh my God. But then you walk into every domicile, every store, everywhere, and they've got air conditioning. So I'm like, no, man, Austin in July, that's easy. I can do that.
That's actually kind of an ironic point that you make there. That because Texas has such bad summer, it's more tolerable once you go indoors.
Yeah, it really, really is. But I mean, I get why it's, why it's so bad. I mean, because if you're like me, I like to go out and I like to walk and whatnot. And, if it gets too hot, it's hard to go out and walk. It's hard to go out and enjoy parks and sightsee and stuff. But for a convention, no problem. There's air conditioning everywhere. You'll be fine.
So what you'll be doing with the Guardians is assigning them a particular location so that they kind of can stick there instead of having to walk around the whole time?
Well, it's kind of one of the things that we're throwing around. I mean, we're going to do what we did last year and all the years before. We're going to divide people up into teams. And it looks like what we might have to do is like satellite teams. So, hey, here's line management, group 1 and group 2 and group 3. We don't have all the... I'm just throwing these ideas out here because we don't have anything solidified yet. And we won't have anything solidified for the next month or two. Because there's 500 of you people.
You guys had to go through a lot of
Guardians.
You had to go through a lot of forms, so bless your heart.
I'm hand to God, guys, I went through all, after all of the doubles and whatnot, the doubles and the quote-unquote joke applications.
Oh, gosh.
That's a whole nother rant for a whole nother day. After all of that, and some people have doubled up on applications because Google spreadsheet was being kind of a jerk and whatnot, but it was more like 22 and a half, so 2,250-ish applications rather than the 2,300 we were initially bragging about. But I read through every single one, and with the exception of the joke applications, I loved every single minute of it. Because it's amazing to watch that many people with that much passion apply for something that they really, really want to be a part of. Which makes it's great to read all that, but then it's super depressing at the end when you're like, wow, 75% of you I have to say no to.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's terrible. And I don't want to sound all poor me, but I am really, if you're listening to this and you did not get picked, I am really sorry. It's not you. It's me.
It's not you.
It's just there are 2,200 applications. I'm sorry, we don't have room for 2,200 Guardians, and here's hoping for next year. And we appreciate everybody applying. We really, really do. I feel really bad that we've had to say no to about 75%, and I know it's breaking heart. Not fun.
I don't know, perhaps in the year like 2025, then it'll go up to like 2,200 Guardians needed.
If Gus would open up moon-based Rooster Teeth, but, then we wouldn't have that many. So keep your fingers crossed, kids.
And if Gus is listening,
Moon-based
he's
Rooster
never
Teeth.
going to listen.
Moon-based Rooster Teeth.
Okay, Mary,
Yeah.
we would like to be a sounding board for you, so is there an FAQ? I saw a journal where you had a lot of things people were asking you that you'd like to just kind of put out there.
Yeah, here, hold on. Let me tab out of Skype real quick. God bless the Skype application here on Windows 8.1. A couple of quick promotions here. There is a question and answer thread for RTX 2015. It's in the forums. You can't miss it. Look for RTX 2015 and look for the question and answer thread. I know that a lot of people have things to do with their life. I get that time is usually a priority, but I do encourage everyone to read through that thread. Even if you don't have a question, read through that thread. If you do have a question, read through that thread. Make sure that it hasn't been answered already.
Noticing a theme.
Yeah, read that thread, guys.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome thread. I mean, we only get waylaid a couple of times, but for the most part, it's a very informative thread, and it's usually answered by past Guardians and forum mods. Sometimes we get Barbara in to add her 2 cents, but normally the only time we need her or Gus to jump in is when we're like, we have no idea how to answer this question. So we must be doing okay. Panel submissions are open. If you want to submit for a panel, go to rtxevent.com/panels, and there's a panel application. It is not a form for panel suggestions or ideas. It is an application form. So if you want to do a panel, that is where you go to fill out all of that information. If you want to be an exhibitor, there is an exhibitor information packet, rtxevent.com/exhibitors. And it will give you everything you need to know. It's not like a huge packet, but it's pretty big and it's pretty in-depth. It gives you all of the information about exhibitors, about getting a table there on the exhibition floor. And if you have a question, this is the most important, guys. If you have a question about being an exhibitor or wanting to get in on the Artist Alley, this is the first time that they're doing Artist Alley at RTX. If you want more information on that, you want to email exhibitor@rtxevent.com. That's exhibitor@rtxevent.com. That is for all your exhibitors and Artist Alley inquiries. We don't have any information. Us as Guardians right now, and as general people on the site, we don't have any information on that because, believe it or not, it's new. It's incredibly new. It is so new that we don't know anything about it, which is it's not a complaint. It's a fact. We don't know anything about it right now. So you want to email those folks. God bless the RT community and all facets of the RT community. But do not go to Tumblr asking for these answers. You want to email exhibitor@rtxevent.com. Don't go to Reddit for the information. You want to go to exhibitor@rtxevent.com. Just trust me on this. And then if you want, this is the last one, and this is very, very important as well. Our wonderful, beautiful, terrific friends at RT SideQuest, which is about as old as RTX itself. You want to go to RTX SideQuest if you want to ask about all the stuff about local Austin awesomeness. They are the ones they've got all the information on places to eat, places to go to have fun. They have hotel information as far as what hotels are in the area based on where people have stayed at for RTX in the past. So yeah, they're super awesome, and of course they've got their tickets on sale for the charity auction and the pub crawl and the big picnic at the end of the event at the Salt Lick Barbecue in Driftwood. I know, right? Oh my God, it's so far away.
I know.
But and also, sorry, there is one more thing because I said the dreaded H word. Gus has said before that hotel information is coming soon. So that's what that means. Hotel information is coming soon. That does not mean Guardians have any sort of information about that. That certainly doesn't mean that I have any information about that. When somebody says that information is coming soon, somebody with a staff or crew title next to their name, when they say information is coming soon, that means that Rooster Teeth are the only people who have that information. And they will give it to you when they're damn good and ready. So, delay of gratification is good for the soul. Give it a little bit of time. They want to make sure that they have all their poop in a group so they can give that information to you fully. I know we're all very, very, very excited. Trust me, I've already had RTX streams. And not all of them stuff streams. Most of them pretty darn good. So I am just excited as the rest of you. But when somebody says information coming soon, I just assume that means information coming soon. So that is my spiel. Thank you. No, don't applaud. Thank you.
I'm applauding in my head.
Clap.
That was incredibly long-winded, but it was very.
It's needed.
It's cathartic, though, isn't it?
It's needed. Another thing, bringing up RT SideQuest, is they had an announcement that they're going to have an announcement tomorrow about more stuff for the charity auction, dealing with people possibly contributing who do podcasts like us, videos, and other stuff that they can't really, that aren't usually part of the charity auction, like how paintings and other crafts are.
Right. It's going to be exciting.
I'm pumped.
I'm excited about Artist Alley.
I'm just excited about the whole thing. I'm like there. I'm like there in my brain.
Yeah. I'm excited about everything too. Artist Alley.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. I'm there in my brain. Every time I bring up the spreadsheet, every time I look at the RTX Guardians group forum, anytime I talk to I talk to some of the team leads, I get all giddy. I get all giddy. I mean, I've got so much RT merch in my house, merch and fan art and whatnot, that every time I see the logo, I get a bit of a tingle because I'm like, RTX is soon. I'm going to see all my friends.
SailorTweek and I are going to be like besties by the end of this.
Besties.
We're going to be besties for
She's
life.
going to be a hazelnut.
Yes, Mary, would you like to be a hazelnut?
I love hazelnuts. Oh my god.
Yay!
Bring a complimentary shirt for her.
It feels like we're just getting started, but we're going to have to head towards the denouement of this little shindig. Anyone have any further questions for SailorTweek?
Aw.
I have one thing that I want to say real quick is, I love getting questions. I love getting questions, guys. And we've all been new to something at some point. So if you are afraid of asking a newbie question, you can ask me in private message. That's absolutely fine. Be sure to ask me a question. Don't just assume. If I don't have the answer for you, I can steer you in the direction of where that answer might be. And don't worry about putting in the message, sorry to bother you. Honey, please. Usually in my pajamas when I'm answering messages, so it's all good. I am unemployed. It is absolutely fine. You are not bothering me. But I want you to know that I am a safe place to ask questions, because sometimes the forums can get a little rough, and sometimes people are like, that was already answered like 4.5 years ago. Okay, whatever. I will give you no sarcasm. I will give you no BS. I will give you the best answer I can give you. So there you go. So
she's my best friend, guys.
That's right.
We're gonna be best friends.
Best friends. Marion doesn't have to agree to it. We just are.
Mary is
Kinda like-
everybody's friend. You can share her.
I've got a stalker. I've got a stalker.
Just
We're best
one?
friend status.
You're
I've
not
got a
famous
jar of
enough if you only
dirt.
have one.
I was going to ask her more like away from RTX and more of how her Emerald City Comic Con stuff was.
We'll just have to have her on again then.
It sounds like you already asked.
I can give you the quick version.
Yeah, give us the TLDR.
Cliff Notes?
Emerald City Comic Con was a ton of fun.
Yay!
Had an absolute blast. I got to meet Clark Gregg, and I couldn't talk. I was just like,
Aww.
He was awesome. He was absolutely awesome, and I cannot believe that guy is kind of buff. Got to meet Amanda Tapping, and she was the most pleasant person in the entire world. I met Steve Bloom. I had him sign my I Know That Voice movie documentary poster, and he was thrilled to do so. And Gina Torres walked by me in the hallway because I was using all the back routes since I was a volunteer. And she walked past me, and I didn't say anything or do anything because normally that back area is I'm going towards my break or getting off of my break. She walked by me and I couldn't breathe. I was just like, oh my god. Just like I wanted to genuflect, like
It's Zoe.
oh my god, girl. But it was amazing. So many great costumes. We had a lot of really cool programming. Our minions worked their butts off, and they were terrific. We had a little over 800 minions. My team, we worked really, really hard last year. Had a lot of changes, as these things usually happen. There were a lot of last minute changes, and we handled them really, really well. And we got a lot of really good feedback, and Even though Reed Pop has purchased Emerald City Comic Con and things might be differently run next year, I'm really looking forward to 2016 with my Emerald City Comic Con family. So,
Aww.
yeah.
Ohana.
Ohana!
All right. Well, it seems like that's a great segue.
Yeah, speaking of voice acting,
Oh, Lord.
Mary, you get the privilege of being our first guest to participate in table reading.
Oh gosh.
I'm so excited.
Our
There's so
special
much
segment
enthusiasm.
called Table Reading, where we read a scene from a classic movie, and then the twist is that we are reading as a different personage, either a character or a celebrity or something, and that personage is then playing the role of the character in the movie.
Yay!
So, we are doing a scene from Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope,
I love
and,
that movie.
oh yeah, who doesn't?
People
And
who haven't
it's-
seen it.
It's the trash compactor scene, before and up to the end of. So the role of Han Solo will be Tristan as Kelly from the Kelly videos on YouTube. Chewbacca is going to be Mary as Gollum. And yes, you get a Gollum Smeagol monologue.
Oh my god. Well, thank goodness. I will, hold on. I got some raw fish in my freezer. Let me go grab that.
Gotta get in character.
Is it juicy sweet, though?
We'll find out. Stay tuned.
3PO and the narrator is Alex as,
Oh gosh.
you guessed it, Caboose!
Yeah, they're going to hate this movie after we destroy it.
Well, I don't know. I still like
Maybe.
Emperor's New Groove. Leia Organa is going to be played by Haley, actually a girl this time, and she's Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls.
Okay.
As high as she could get.
As if I'm not annoying and obnoxious already.
Oh my god.
And then I will be Luke Skywalker as Homestar Runner from homestarrunner.com. We're going to start off with the cell block shootout. And
Let's get some
the first
shit.
to speak is Kelly playing the role of Han Solo.
Chewie.
Sorry, I'm fumbling to try and unmute my mic and get on there. Sorry, go again. I'm sorry, I'm so unprofessional. Go again.
Chewie.
Gollum.
Get behind me. Get behind me.
Explosions! Stormtroopers!
Well, we can't go out that way.
Look, you managed to cut off our only escape route.
Maybe you'd... Maybe you'd like to do it... Maybe you'd like it back in your cell, Your Highness.
C-3PO! C-3PO!
Yes, sir!
We've been cut off. Are there any other ways out of the cell bay?
All systems have been alerted to your presence, sir. The main entrance seems to be the only way in or out. All other information on your level is restricted.
There wasn't any other way out.
Like, I can't hold him off forever. Now what?
This is some rescue. When you come in here, did you have a plan for getting out?
He's the brains. I just brought the shoes, sweetheart.
Well, I didn't.
Shooting! Explosions!
What are you doing?
Somebody has to save our skins. Into the garbage chute, wise guy.
We don't want to go in there. No, precious. You don't know the princess. No, get him. I was passing a shield. The princess is nice to us. She's our friend. We don't have any friends. The garbage chute is nasty, smelly, and just like princess.
Get in there, you big furry oaf. I don't care what you smell. Get in there and don't worry about it. Wonderful girl. Either I'm going to kill her, or I'm beginning to like her. Get in there! Oh, the garbage chute was a really wonderful idea. An incredible smell you've discovered. Let's get out of here, get away from here, and get some shoes.
No, wait.
Shooting! Ping, 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 ping. After my new best friends meet a nice swamp trash monster, the trash room starts to make scary noises.
I've got a very bad feeling about this.
The walls are moving.
Don't just stand there trying to brace it with something.
Wait a minute. Thweepio! Come in, Thweepio. Thweepio, where could he be?
Oops, I forgot to turn on my comlink. Are you there, sir?
Thweepio!
We've had some problems. I'm pretty sure they were Sheila's fault and not mine at all.
Will you shut up and listen to me? Shut down all garbage mashers on the detention level, will you? Do you copy?
I'm trying! Why are there 6 buttons in only 4 directions? Button pushing. But then my new best friends start yelling on the radio. Listen to them! They're dying, Sheila! Curse my metal body! I wasn't fast enough! It's all my fault! My poor best friends!
Thweepio, we all right. Hey, open the pressure maintenance hatch on unit number... Where are we? 326827?
Okay, here you go!
If we can just avoid any more unpopular girl advice, we ought to be able to get out of here.
Oh snap. I'm not gonna borrow her top.
Oh my god.
And scene. Academy Award for Mary as Gollum.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I think she gets the award.
My pop filter is now just covered in spit.
That's awesome.
You sounded just like it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to replace Andy Serkis at some point, just like Alex is going to replace Joel.
Yeah, I think that's just going to have to happen.
How's your mocap?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm a married man, woman, person.
Well, while Mary works out her sexuality,
Some issues.
her issues, I think it's time that we call it a day and bid our audience adieu. Everyone say goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Adieu.
I love you. I love you.
Thanks, Mary.
Everyone loves you too.
Aww.
Best friend status. Best friend status.
My phone is actually sorry, it might have gone off earlier when I get a text message or a email notification. It goes bleep bloop, and I had put it on my phone a long time ago, and I was working the Rooster Teeth booth for PAX, and I'm stocking stuff, and it was before they had opened up the exhibition hall, so it was nice and quiet, and I'm sitting there next to Joel, and I'm folding shirts, and out of my pocket comes bleep bloop, and he stops and he looks at me and goes, "Is that my voice coming out of your pocket?" And I went,
Well, yes, your voice is in my pants.
I said, "Maybe," and then just because the cosmos is amazing and has a sense of humor, my phone went off again.